We have the scores, highlights, and updates from the Boys District Championships. Welcome back to myGSPN Recap. Good afternoon, guys, and happy Monday. I'm Chris Gonzalez.
And I'm Anthony Coleman.
And thank you guys for tuning back into myGSPN Recap, where we talk high school sports.
And as you know, this show is brought to you by GardenGoshire.com and our brand new sponsor, AMP Sports Performance. Brand new gym in Claremont, amazing atmosphere, amazing trainers, everything. Check out their social media or check their website at trainingamp.com.
Yeah, man. And we have a very exciting show for you guys today, highlighting the Boys District Championships from this past Friday night for basketball. But before we get into the action, I want you guys to go ahead and make sure that you're following us along on all of our social media platforms to stay up to date with the hottest coverage in high school sports. But Anthony, man, take us through some of the area scores from this past weekend.
Man, I'm going to kick things off with 2A District 10. CFCA got the close 54-49 victory over Mount Dora Christian Academy. Nicholas Silva led the way with 17 points and 6 rebounds for CFCA. Raleigh Kruger also did a little bit of everything with 12 points, 7 assists, and 5 steals.
Yeah, man. Nick and Riley have been going off for CFCA all season. The times that we've got to see them play, they've been the top 2 scorers as well. So big shout out to them, and they're looking for another chance to get it back into the state title game this year.
Back to the state, started with a district championship, so they didn't get a state one coming out of there.
Right.
And now for 4A District 7, Lake Highland Prep got the big 82-58 win over Eustis. Eustis has been playing great, but Lake Highland Prep has been on a roll lately, and they got the big win over them.
That's right.
5A District 5, Jones got the 57-48 win over Leesburg. This is Jones' first district championship in 9 years, man. Shakir Poteet, who has really been shining for Jones the whole season, led the way for them again with 18 points. Big game by Shakir, big year by him.
Huge year by him, and I mean, even last year we got to see him over the summer, and his game has really evolved a lot from last season. And him taking Jones that far, man, it's going to be insane to see what they can do deeper into the playoffs as well.
Yeah, I'm excited
with
to
that
see
home
it.
court advantage now.
It's going to be really exciting to see, man.
It's going to be very exciting to see there.
Now, going over to 7A, we got a lot of action in 7A, but we're going to start things in District 2. Seminole, who's been playing lights out this year, got the 67-61 win over host Spruce Creek. Football stud O'Shea Baker led the way for them with 17 points. And, of course, the Darren Cleveland did his thing with 16.
Huge game by Seminoles duo right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now for District 4, Timber Creek got the close 68-56 win over Haggerty. Timber Creek had balance scoring all around. 5 of their players scored in double figures, with Dylan Holloman leading the way for them with 16 points. And probably in one of the biggest games, the biggest upsets, Lake Nona got the close win over Oak Ridge, man. We're going to take this to the video. Jalen Harper goes for the tough layup with less than 3 seconds left, drops the bucket, tries to throw it in, but couldn't get anything. Lake Nona got the close win there, man. That was crazy.
Big time upset, but good news for these teams is they get to see each other one more time in the first round of regionals.
Is that good news for them?
It's going to be good news for somebody.
For somebody.
It's going to be good news for somebody, because I know Oak Ridge is coming back with a chip on their shoulder over Lake Nona, but Lake Nona, you guys have to keep that intensity riding this win there. So that's going to be a crazy rematch right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Can't wait to see how that one plays out. And shout out to Coach Brian for the video on that one. And in 7-8 District 6, Windermere got the close 46-43 win over defending 7-8 District State champions, Osceola. But stay tuned to Double Take to see the full breakdown of that exciting game.
That's right. I'll let Will and Ricky kind of talk about that one a little bit more, man. But we were actually at that 7A District 3, the District of Death.
District of Death, man.
Championship match between Dr. Phillips and Ocoee. At the end of the night, it was Dr. Phillips who came up with a close win over the Knights on Friday night with a final score of 58-56. Ocoee dominated this one out the gate. After one quarter of play, the Knights led 15-4, and they kept that same energy throughout halftime, where Ocoee held a 10-point lead. But the story of the night, Anthony, was Abdullah Thiam's third quarter for Dr. Phillips. DP went into halftime trailing 29-19, but a huge third quarter scoring surge by Thiam, where he scored 19 points in that quarter alone and brought the Panthers right back into this game. He was pulling up from NBA range. He could not be stopped in that third quarter. Ocoee and Dr. Phillips battled back and forth in the fourth. Ocoee's David Green did all he could in the fourth quarter. He really kept Ocoee in reach of this game, scoring 17 fourth quarter points for the Knights. But when the clock hit 0, it was Dr. Phillips hoisting that 7A3 District of Death trophy. Abdullah Thiam finished leading all scorers with 31 points, and Denzel Aberdeen added in 14 in Dr. Phillips' win. The Panthers snapped Ocoee's 12-game win streak, and the Knights were led by Hofstra commit David Green with his 25-point performance, and Cordell Brown also added in 12 points for the Knights. We had the opportunity to catch up with Abdullah and Dr. Phillips head coach Ben Witherspoon after their hard-fought victory. Here's what they had to say.
It means everything. It's incredible, as we've talked about this from day one, from the day I got the job. And our first day, we sat in the classroom, and I just wanted to hear from them and ask them, what are you guys' goals? And District Championship came out over and over again. Especially, with the district we had, that's a huge goal.
Right.
Our district is the best in the state without question. So we're not taking this for granted at all. We didn't have to be here. Like, Ocoee's a great team, Evans is a great team, West Orange is a great team. We have, Apopka's a great team. Everybody in our district it can beat anybody. So it's just super thankful.
We just have to bring out that fire. Ocoee is a good school. It's a good team. Right. So they play super hard. So we had to pick out the key details, like getting rebounds, getting stops like that. That was basically the key details. No, not offense, not none of that. Right. We had to get stops, all that.
Right, and then when you started getting the hot hand, man, it was like you could not miss. Can you just kind of take me through what your mindset was out there?
Oh, yeah, I feel good. That's what I do. I mean, I'm a shooter shoots.
But yeah, man, very hard-fought win game for both of these teams here. Our predictions were pretty much right. You did pick Dr. Phillips. I picked Ocoee to win, but we did say it was going to be a very, very close game. Now both of these teams are going to be heading off into the regional tournament. 5 teams, actually, from that 7A District 3. You have Evans, West Orange, Apopka, and these 2 teams that are going to be moving on to regionals. So that's going to be insane to see how these state playoffs are going to be playing out.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. Going back to that game, it was amazing. One of the best games that we both seen and been through. The environment, everything was wild. Absolutely. But I just want to go back, take a look at this play by Denzel Aberdeen. He, as you see here, gets the steal, saves it from inbounds, dribbles down the court, puts on one of the best moves I see, a little sauce, and then behind the back, and knocks down for the 3. Oh my God, I had to tell his dad. I was like, listen, what, how? Did you see this? Pops, look.
Yeah, and bro. I was actually sitting right next to you when that happened, man. I couldn't contain myself. I was so excited when that happened, man.
It was wild, but I've been really impressed by Denzel and the way Abdullah came in there. They were playing really aggressive, not really forcing anything, because there's a difference between forcing and being aggressive. They were really aggressive, but smart shots, smart, simple shots. And the way they came back and got that win, I can't wait to see how they can do now in the regional playoffs, and then even with Ocoee, with them having that tough loss, how they can bounce back in the playoffs too. So I'm excited for all the playoff action, but more of the 7A, because a lot of teams that we've covered, a lot of teams that the District of Death are going to be in there. So it's going to be amazing,
so
man.
So another District of Death matchup in regionals. Round 1 is going to be Dr. Phillips taking on Evans. So that's going to be another big-time game for that 2 district opponents right there. And for Ocoee, they're actually going to have to travel to Mandarin and Jacksonville. So those are the next 2 games for those 2 teams. Stay up to date. We're going to keep you guys up with the scores and updates, especially from this 7A. There's a lot of teams that we cover primarily in the 7A class. But yeah, guys, that's going to be awesome. Those games are going to be on Thursday. But that's going to be our show for today. We want to go ahead and thank our sponsors, GardenGrocer.com. If you're staying in the Orlando area at one of the Disney resorts, go ahead and place an order for groceries to be delivered to your room at the time of check-in. Save money and time by shopping with GardenGrocer.com.
And also UDiscover Florida. If you're looking for a new restaurant, hotel, or attraction, check them out on Instagram at UDiscoverFlorida or UDiscoverFlorida.com.
And once again, guys, I'm Chris Gonzalez.
And I'm Anthony Coleman.
And thank you guys for tuning back in to my GSPN recap. As always, you guys know it's your sports, all you, all the time.